All hell has been let loose on Twitter as Caitlin Clark's fans have not spared ESPN and the NBA media for their hypocrisy. Caitlin Clark's superb play has been on a roll, and she isn't taking a break. With her never-ending brilliance on the court, Clark has been exposing ESPN and the NBA media hypocrisy, as they have all but eaten their words about Caitlin Clark. If you've missed out so far, here's the gist. Caitlin Clark is the biggest rookie in not just the WNBA, but in all of basketball, and it can be argued that she's currently the most prominent star. Caitlin has changed the WNBA game, and that's crazy. She was the first draft pick for the Indiana Fever and has broken record after record for her team, which currently sits 6th in the standings as of this video, and is on a phenomenal win streak. Her numbers are insane. She's no Asia or Brianna, but she's led her team success. Her stats are among the highest in the division, especially with her rookie status. She's the only player since 2003 to have 40 points and 10 assists in an NCAA women's tournament game, and is the first rookie in WNBA history to win Player of the Month. However, more than her stats, though, is her influence on the basketball world. This has been tagged as the Caitlin Clark effect. Clark is a key factor in the WNBA's increase in popularity, and her role in the WNBA rising from the shadows to the spotlight is apparent, even to a blind man. Caitlin Clark has delivered so far in terms of image and promotion. She's the star, and her breakout into the scene has correlated with increased ratings, viewership, brand deals, and merchandise sales. Despite her shocking records, somehow the ESPN and NBA media still believe that she isn't the best rookie or one of the best players in the division. They continue to underrate her talent. However, it seems the media is trying to get on the fans' good side as they have begun swallowing their apparent lies and are trying to paint a good picture of Clark. Recently, ESPN released a video called Breaking Down Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever's Meteoric Rise since the break.
So Caitlin, she continues to make history. She's the first rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010, and last night it was no exception.
Fans had a lot to say as they took to the comment section to express their anger and disgust. One comment said, ESPN has no shame. They're only doing this because they have no choice. We remember what was said and who said it. Another said, ESPN, why are you talking about Clark? Remember Reese is your #1 pick for Rookie of the Year and your prime rookie player? Another sarcastic comment says, ESPN full backflip, wow. You may be wondering what the media did to get such backlash. There's a lot to it. Let's start with Molly Karam, the most notorious early critic of Caitlin and host of First Take. Around April this year, Molly put Caitlin on blast by asking if Paige Bueckers stayed fit instead of tearing her ACL.
Paige Bueckers didn't basically miss 2 seasons. I don't know if we'd be talking about Caitlin Clark the way we are now.
For the record, Paige is highly talented, no doubt. She's been the subject of many comparisons to Caitlin Clark. But any good-eyed basketball fan knows that it's very likely that Clark wouldn't be the star she is if Paige hadn't gotten injured. Caitlin is a different ballgame, being able to run the game single-handedly, as she provides points and assists as a fantastic guard. Stephen A. also weirdly agreed with this take, even though he's now Caitlin's biggest supporter. But this isn't the only bad thing Molly has said. Oh no, it gets worse. So much worse. She claimed that Caitlin is only useful for marketing and attention and not as talented. In a discussion with Stephen A. Smith about Team USA's decision to leave Clark out, she says, I believe it would have hurt the game more if she was put there in place of someone more deserving. I think it makes a mockery of the women's game, she added. And goes on to say, if the focus is now, we have to have people because of marketing and attention. While you can say the team ended up winning gold, you'll be a liar if you believe someone who broke the WNBA rookie assist record and is on course to break the overall record wouldn't have been anything more than a marketing stunt. They could have gone unbeaten with her on the team. Molly seems to be desperate to downplay Caitlin's success. These opinions have made her clash with ESPN regular Stephen A. Smith, who clearly said he's disappointed in Molly and her opinions on Caitlin. Molly has now gone back to eat her words, and fans are not having her crap. She said recently on First Take that she never implied anything negative about Caitlin Clark. She said no one said Caitlin Clark couldn't play, but that she felt Caitlin didn't deserve the spotlight, especially ahead of other women who laid the groundwork for Caitlin to come and shine. Caitlyn herself hasn't disrespected any legends and was even endorsed by WNBA legend Cooper.
Caitlyn Clark, who's the absolute truth. She out here balling.
They don't want to say that.
Yeah,
They don't want to give it to her.
I'm telling you, Caitlyn Clark is the absolute truth.
From every time. From all around basketball.
Yeah.
The contradiction is insane with this woman, and she can't seem to pick a lane. Shannon Sharpe, another host of First Take, called her out for this, blatantly accusing her of lying. However, Karam is not the only person who can take back her words on Caitlyn. Monica McNutt is also guilty of this. Monica was extremely critical of Caitlyn earlier in the season. Like, she was super harsh. She used to overanalyze everything Caitlyn did and pointed out all the mistakes while not giving the same treatment to other players in the WNBA. Sure, you could say she wanted the hype to be in check, and that makes sense, especially after she called out Stephen A. Smith for never using his platform to speak on women's basketball until Caitlyn. But once again, Caitlyn was a rookie, one who performed well, even becoming a first overall draft pick. There were debates between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on who deserved to be Rookie of the Year. Ultimately, Monica went for Reese, and that's likely something she regrets now based on her recent comments. She described Caitlyn as revolutionary, which came as a total shock to people who followed her words. It also came out of nowhere. She got dragged for it on social media and called out by Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith, both with ESPN, have never missed an opportunity to call out all the Caitlyn Clark haters, and there are a lot of them, strangely enough. Shannon Sharpe criticized many women who didn't pick Caitlyn as Rookie of the Year, like Monica McNutt and Carolyn Peck.
And if you think I'm talking to you, I am. Make no mistake about it, I'm talking to you. You know who you are. One of you was a former coach. I get a little bit more specific. Some of you played the game. Now I want y'all to have that same thing when y'all were talking.
Peck went viral for saying Angel Reese deserved to be Rookie of the Year over Clark because of her ability to put up grown woman numbers, which was a big slap in the face to Caitlyn Clark. Also, at the time, the Chicago Sky was ahead of the Indiana Fever, but Clark had better individual stats. Caitlyn was also a record breaker, becoming the first rookie to put up 25-plus points and 10-plus assists in consecutive games. She's also the first rookie to have both 600 points and 250 assists in a single season, and she could break that assist record by the season's end, rookie or not. With all this, it's a shame that many in the media still try to downplay her impact on her team this season. She also holds the record for the most double-doubles by a guard in a WNBA season. There's also Pat McAfee, who has always been bold with his opinions. Pat, however, called her a white bee. Although he apologized, he faced zero consequences from ESPN. It speaks to how WNBA isn't taken seriously that a comment like that was allowed to slide. Cheryl Swoops, though, might be Caitlyn's biggest hater because this woman has never missed an opportunity to take a dunk at the young rookie. Cheryl is an absolute legend of the WNBA, but hasn't liked Caitlyn for possibly personal reasons. I mean, you can't deny that Caitlyn bringing about the popularity of the WNBA at this time instead of in her time hurts a bit. Cheryl said Caitlyn wouldn't make it in the WNBA, and even after being proven wrong, she doubled down on her comments to the point that she was removed from her analyst position. What's weird is that Cheryl, in a tweet, shared DMs with Caitlyn about how she admires her and they're on good terms. Cheryl truly has no reason to be harsh on Clark, but continues to be. Overall, Caitlyn has proven them wrong and will continue to prove them wrong. Indiana Fever is expected to do well in the playoffs, and if they win, it will silence the haters. ESPN and the NBA media know Caitlyn's drawing power and will talk about her to get ratings, but she will deliver and expose them as always.